Oh, these birds are doing a number on my cucumber plants, guys. So I'm just using this deflated balloon on this arch trellis with all those decorative frills on it, hoping that it will detract that bird or distract it from, or deter it from eating at my cucumber vines. Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby, and I warmly welcome you to the Caribbean and my container garden here in Trinidad and Tobago. As you guys well recognize, I was taking a break. I really needed to take a moment to regroup. I simply did not have any energy to output towards this new hobby of mine, videography. And you guys know that I really like to do the best that I can whenever I'm doing something. And so I just took a moment to just regroup, re-energize, and now I'm back. And I'm so thrilled that you clicked the video and that you're here with me this afternoon. I missed you. I hope you missed me too. This evening, I'm just going to keep this video hopefully very short and very simple. Just going to give you guys an overview of the garden and how it did in the month of September, as I did not give you a tour in September. As you know, I'm dealing with the spider mites, which is quite challenging. And despite that, guys, you can see all the green around me except this one. This is the pumpkin vine. It gave me 3 pumpkins. There's one up there right now that is immature. I'm going to cut that down today, and we are going to cook that up tomorrow in lunch. I'm going to find some recipe to put it into and make it into something tasty for the family. So guys, overall the garden is doing fairly all right. It's still green, it's still producing, not as much as I wish it would, but it still is producing. And I have also harvested the meat chickens. The final consensus is that I got 33 in the last 2 days, guys. I lost 4 birds. It's just I'm learning though. I'm learning. I got 23 out of the 30 birds, and what I've learned this time around is that I'm not going to wait for the full 6 weeks to harvest out the chickens. By the time I hit 4.5 weeks, those birds that are bigger and stockier, I'm going to harvest those out. And as the time goes down, I will keep harvesting. And I think that that's the better way to go. Instead of waiting for just one lump sum of a harvest, I'm going to start harvesting the birds earlier, especially the fatter ones. The roosters, are they the male ones? They are the ones that are super huge. They get big so fast. And so what I'll do in the future is I'll harvest those as I see fit. As I see the size, I will put them in the freezer camp. So without further ado, let me show you guys what's happening in the garden and what plans I have going forward from today. Come on. I think my glasses are permanently bent. When you have kids, those are things that are happening. They happen to your spectacles every single time. Okay guys, so this is the back of the garden. So guys, we are in the back of the garden, just to give you a far away overview of the back here. It looks great. It looks wonderful. Look at that Tanya, and my mother told me that one is Tanya and one is Dasheen. And look how lovely. Those leaves are ginormous. When I tell you ginormous, they're ginormous, guys. But they're doing good in a quarter of a drum. Not even half, that's a quarter of a drum. My lemongrass is doing well as well. The passion fruit that I put in here is doing really good as well. The first one died. I don't know why, but I replanted another one in there, another 2, and they are making their way up. And the gingers are doing great in the back here as well. So I'm just going to give you an overview. It just rained earlier, so everything is wet and mashed down. It was torrential rain, so everything is in a mess right now, but I wanted to show you guys what's happening in the garden. So this is my planting here. I don't know what to say about it. I removed 2 suckers and it sent out 4. So this planting plant seems to be determined to give me children more than plantings. So I will keep planting out the suckers and hopefully we can get plantings in the future. Over here, let me show you guys how the ginger is doing. It's flowering inside there. It's a bunch of flowers coming up inside this ginger plant. And the ginger, you could see, oopsie, the ginger is doing really well in there as well. Lots of ginger developing in there. Again, this is a rhizome that just skims the surface of the soil. And I have all in here. A lot of these gingers are flowering and they are beginning to mature. And as you guys well know, I plant ginger everywhere. We use a lot of it and it's quite expensive. Actually, right now it's about $80 a pound, and that's insane. So guys, in here I planted the pups. I had to take back out these pineapple pups, and I took out majority of the soil and I put compost at the bottom and then put the soil back on top. That's just to raise the levels of the soil in this container. It dropped drastically, and so I just replenished it by putting in compost and putting the soil back up on top. But these pups are doing really well. Some have even quadrupled. Look at that one in size. And I also planted an okra in this corner. And with that compost, this should take off. This one is almost on its way out. It's super duper tall. I did what Marie said about removing the leaves, and that works. So if you're having trouble with your okra stop producing, after each pod removal, remove those leaves. It seems to be working. Here I also have another okra plant, and this one is with the passion fruit. I just stick plants everywhere, guys, and because I have quite rich soil in these pots, they're doing pretty good in the containers. It's just for me to continue composting and mending these pots regularly to maintain the amount of plants in the pots. But this Tanya plant, guys, I've never grown it before, but it is gorgeous. I can see me growing it if I wanted something ornamental like this. Again, I thought that I planted 2 Tanyas, but this one is a different shape to this leaf. So you can see how this leaf is elongated, whereas this one is more rounded. So my mother said, no girl, this is a dasheen and this is a Tanya. Well, I picked them up from the same basket in the grocery store, so I thought I planted 2 of the same, but apparently not. But either way, they're both growing really well in this container. So that's all I have growing in the back here. A couple of roots, some of my teas, which is lemongrass, ginger, passion fruit, plantain, and pineapple is growing in the back here. And they're doing pretty good. My goal is to now add some more color. It's just a bit too much green for me, so I want to add something to break up some of that green and add some pops of color in the back here as well. This is my celosia corner. These are, I don't think it's celosia, no, I think it's something else, but whatever it is, the name is eluding me right now. It is doing really well. And behind me, my ponytail palm is doing well as well. Everything is catching up and doing good with the treatment for the spider mite. Everything is doing fairly okay. The sugar cane, guys, is doing beautifully. It's doing wondrous and is heading up and up. The dwarf banana tree as well is stocky and beautiful, and I have more hopes for this one than for the plantain in the back. I will have to do something about that in the back there. These are the two pups that I took from in the back and I put there. This one looks as though it catch for sure. I am not too certain about this one. It doesn't seem as though it's catching, but I'm going to leave it and we'll see what comes of that. All of these are ornamental, the crown of thorns, my Barbine vine. I had to hand pollinate these fruits, these flowers, to get these fruits. And yesterday I was attempting to make a video for you guys and my my mic decided to go crazy on me, and so I'm doing it over today, just in a different format. So lots of growth, lots of green. As you can see, the garden, my hard work isn't really in vain. It's just to keep on going with it. Here and there you can see how the leaves are starting to show signs of the spider mite. So I came out and I hosed down these leaves and hose down a lot of the plants, and tomorrow hopefully I will have to treat them with the miticide just to stay on top of everything. Another ginger plant in here. This certainly is not happy here. This strawberry plant is not happy here at all. This is some kind of a volunteer, not a weed for sure. We'll find out. We'll see what type of true leaves come out of that, and we'll be able to identify that. Here is some sweet pepper pieces. I bought some sweet pepper. We love, not sweet pepper, sweet potato, and I put, the tip was growing, so I put it in some soil and it's starting to shoot, and so I hope to have a container to grow some sweet potatoes in again. I actually bought some coconut coir for that in order to fluff up the soil and make it nice and airy for the sweet potato. Yeah, so again guys, in the back here, this alley here is quite shaded, so there's not much vegetables I could grow in the corner here, so I tend to stick more to the ornamentals. So, but butterfly bush, something is eating it. I don't know what, probably a locust or an ant, I'm not sure, but something is truly attacking it right now. And I also place a petunia. I put a petunia here hoping that it would bush out and I would have like a glorious bunch of flowers right there, but it's taking its sweet time. I wait for it. So this is that glorious pumpkin vine, guys. We had 2 weeks of intense heat. Oh my goodness, that heat was something else, and so the pumpkin vine did not like it at all. So I've harvested 2 pumpkins already, and this will be my 3rd pumpkin. I want to harvest it well so that I can put it to cure, or if not, it looks like though I can keep it. I'm not too sure, but I'm going to cut it properly, and if not, use it tomorrow. See how it cures, you know, monitor it and use it to suit. Let me just put this back up until I'm ready to take it down. Yeah, over here the mint has seen better days. I need to move this from here because when the rain falls, all of it pours into this pot and it is too much, so all of the nutrients is just leaching out of this, and so I need to move this from here. The flowers, again, they've seen better day. I think I need to find a little bit more sunny spot for it. It's a bit too shaded and it gets a bit too much water right here, so I need to move this one out. This is neither near nor here, you know, neither there nor here. It's a straggly looking scallion, so I think I will try to move those from inside that pot and give it a new home elsewhere. Where, I'm not too sure as yet. These are doing pretty good, and this is my next cucumber vine that you saw in the intro. You can see how the birds are coming through and just chewing up my leaves. So what I did is I placed this dare scarer. It scares the dare away, and I put it here. Yeah, I put it here to scare the bird away, and it has been working. But just for reinforcement, because the bird is so smart, it flies around, it comes from behind and nibbles at these leaves in the back here. So that's why I place these little shimmery things that, you know, would move when the bird comes, just as an added deterrent. Hopefully it works. Hopefully. This is another morning glory. It's a pink one. This one is super duper invasive. So I'm never ever going to put that in a garden bed. That thing is insane. It seeds like crazy. And again, another ornamental patch. Here, the Cuban oregano. Oh, I'm trying to save this plant, but I think that's the end of it. Again, I'm having issues with my sorrel going through dampening off. Again, this is an indication of the dampening off. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add some more perlite to the soil, because sorrel needs really well drainage. And I have 2 new seedlings coming here to put this plant. I was actually searching for a pot to put that, but I was hoping that this would continue. This is such a huge plant. It was going so good. And one night I decided to hose down the leaves, and the next morning it was all wilty like this. Sorrel does not like a lot of moisture. It doesn't like a lot of water at all. This is doing really well as well. These guys are doing okay as well. My herb bed, the shadow benny, is doing really well in here as well. My lemon thyme is doing amazing. Stevia is still kicking. The rains knocked it over. I'm going to have to come and find a stake for it again, and I'm trying to get it to catch and to grow more to keep the plant going. I need to pick off those flowers. I have more scallions here as well. I'm not too sure how they're going, but they seem to be catching on here in that bed. There's a bunch of okra seedlings I don't know what to do with. Gotta find a home for those. And coming around here, this is the purple cayenne. Now I am between 2 minds what I'm going to do about this. I think I might snip this all the way back, or I might just start, I think I will start a whole new plant so that I could get back maximum production, because I got one single jar of sweet Thai chili sauce. I opened it last week and it's almost done. We had visitors and they loved it. And I tell you, they loved it. They loved it. So I need to grow them again. As you guys well know, I am stepping into the canning world, and it is going so good. We can Thai chili sauce, cowboy candy, pineapples. We also did guava jam. Last week we got 6 jars of guava jam. Guava's in season, and someone told us to come and pick some guavas, and we did, and we got 6 jars, and we still have lots more in the fridge to process to make more guava jam, so that we don't have to buy guava jam in 2025. So I need to get another cayenne plant planted, and I need to get that started. I have some seeds upstairs from some fruits, and I need to get those going ASAP. So the next container is, I have again some more flowers. I am trying to be diverse in the types of plants I have, because I'm trying to attract all types of beneficial insects into the garden so that I can balance out the ecosystem in my garden to help me with this spider mite issue. So in this pot we have some mustard greens. We are going to eat this. I actually washed this plant down, and I would probably come out early in the morning tomorrow and pick this and have it with some tuna. We have some Dcon Radish in here as well that needs to come out. Wow, look at that, guys. Now we're gonna taste this. The next one is here. Look at that, guys. So Dcon Radish has grown. We're gonna taste this and see if we like it. If we like it, then we will grow it again. If not, we won't grow it again. It's the first time. That's the cool thing about growing stuff. You can always try something and see if you like it and see how you can implement it in your meals and go forward from there. So that's the Dcon Radish. From inside there's more plants in there, but I'm going to rip this all out, and I'm going to add some coconut coir to this in preparations to plant the sweet potato slips. And it's in the walkway, so my plan is to allow the sweet potato vines to grow up onto the I'm calling it the greenhouse, the chicken coop, and provide some greenery for the chickens and shade for the chickens, you know, just to do its thing on that direction. Can you tell that my voice has no energy still? But I still wanted to put out a video. This is a eggplant that I'm going to leave there. I don't know what type it is, but I'm going to leave it there because I love eggplant, and it's a very expensive vegetable where we live. This is a purple cabbage that I transplanted there, and this is the Confederation Rose that the spider mites are doing a number, and all these little shoots are not able to grow, so I need to come out and wash it down by hand and then treat it with the mighty-side. So that's what's happening there. Behind me is again more ornamentals. I have a bucket with some compost and dirt just resting there until I need it. This is a Mexican sunflower. This bag has nematodes in it, so I find that a lot of the things that I plant in it does not do well. This, however, this pimento tree is doing really well in there, and it's finally starting to fruit. And flower, and I couldn't be more thrilled. There's something though coming by and chopping my pimento. What is doing that? You guys are seeing that? Focus. Yeah, somebody's just chopping my pimentos and eating the bottoms of it, and I'm not sure what is doing that. This is my lonesome tomato tree. Well, that this big is a Calypso tomato, local tomato, and this too is doing pretty good. It doesn't have a bunch of disease. It has a bunch of flowers, and I think it might fruit. We'll see. And I have that in a in a little 5-liter bottle that used to be a water bottle. This is a hibiscus. More flowers, guys. All of these are ornamentals in the corner here. This here is my husband. He made me a plucker. I'll show you that sometime in the future. Again, more ornamentals. Here is a citrus, and it was yellowing, and about a few days ago I placed some compost in the bin and it started to green up really well. Not much is happening here. The dragon fruit, guys, when I planted it with you guys a month ago, this is where it was. Look how much growth has happened in 1 month. Now let me tell you guys, this is planted in a bag of gravel, and just compost is mixed on the top level, and that's it. And this dragon fruit loves it. I'm seeing some volunteer. It looks like watermelon, so we'll see what comes of that. I also had planted a smaller dragon fruit that's a different cutting in a little bag behind there, and it's doing well. I'm gonna find a bag of gravel and put him into, And this is the giant eggplant, but again, the flowers are dropping. You can see a lot of the leaves were removed in order to deal with the infestation of spider mites. So I keep tackling it, I keep pruning it back, I keep doing what I can. Hopefully we can start getting food from it soon. Look at the mulberry. The mulberry is doing really well as well, and it's branched out. When we planted it out, it had 2 leaves, only 2 leaves, and now it is doing so much better, so much better. Here is the second planting of corn. We actually harvested about 6 corn out of the 7 corn in that bag over there. We had 6 ears of corn. It was delicious. We're going to try a different corn. We're going to try the bantam sweet corn, and it's bare right now because I have to do agricultural science with my daughter for this term's syllabus, and that's part of her schooling. So I'm going to allow her to plant the corn while we do that subject in this bag. Over here is the sweet pepper. There's no sweet peppers growing in here as yet, but the plants look super healthy, guys. Super healthy. Again, the top layers are the areas where the spider mites give me a lot of problems, and I keep trying my best with it. I keep trying. Yeah, so that's what's happening there. That's it. Over there is the big trough, but not much is happening there right now. Here is Camphrena, the tigress, zucchini. Everybody, again, spider mites. Keep washing it. I keep trying my hardest. Some pak choy. We had some off of it today for dinner. We harvest the outer layers and allow it to grow back in the center, and it keeps giving. And the eggplant. I now notice my son is pantless. Where's your pants? Where's your pants? This is, let me change my angle. This is my pigeon pea plant, and again you can see what my problem is. I came out last night and I washed it down by hand, and right now I'm not seeing any on the leaves, but they're there. Again, this is another issue here. Hopefully that this regroups. The carrots, I'm not sure how they're doing in there. Let's see. I'm seeing a shoulder here. No. Little finger is doing something in there. All right. So, and it's not hairy. It's about to get hairy. So that means I need to start harvesting these carrots pretty soon. So I had little finger, and then I had a different variety on this side, but I'm not sure how they are going. I have planted out some onions, more onions, and I hope that they come. This radish, which I don't have any more seed for, I have let go to seed, and it's starting to stalk. So pretty soon I expect this to go to flower and to seed and give me new seeds. I have another one here as well. So guys, that's just a quick overview of the garden. Everything that is happening in the garden at this moment. And yes guys, so that's what's happening in the garden right now. I hope that looking at this carrot, that there's so much more to look forward to in the garden, and I'll take you guys along with me as I keep planting. Yes, my son, that I keep planting, and that we continue gardening together and encouraging each other. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, please hit that like button. Please hit it. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Join us here in Caribbean Charm Gardening, where I share with you what I've learned growing here in the Caribbean. All right, guys, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.